If you haven't seen my 2 previous episodes of the Waking Titan recaps, I suggest you go do that before diving into this one. The link to those are the first in the description, along with links to the content I will be covering in this video. On June 21st, the package we had initiated in the previous phase was finally delivered to Cobra TV. Now, the biggest thing to come from all of this is the fact that the package is from Hello Games and contains the Atlas logo seen in the Waking Titan emails. It's official, the Waking Titan ARG is connected to No Man's Sky and Hello Games. What does this mean for No Man's Sky? For those of you who don't follow the game, the developers have promised and keep reassuring players of free updates to the game since launch in August of 2016 to bring it up to par to where their vision initially was. It stands to reason that what will come of Waking Titan is a massive update to the game, maybe even more. We're already getting a new story with this ARG. Side A of the 9 out of 16 tape had the usual ambient music like the other tapes, but this one also had spoken voice in the middle of the recording.
I am alone in this space between worlds. I am alone but for my thoughts, my words. I am alone but for you. I see you. You must have known I could. You must have known what this was. Through these travels we come to know ourselves, just as the universe comes to know us in turn. I cannot step through. I know now that if I do, all of this will be over. Lives come back to me. I have seen horrors and wonders. I have been cruel. I have become good and evil. I have grown beyond all such things, life after life. And now I am become you. One day, your voice will speak to you, telling you of something, some signal that needs answering. It will tell you of some secret at the heart of reality, some puzzle that needs to be solved unless all life falls into decay and oblivion. Do not listen to it. If all the world is a lie, then nothing is true, not even an explanation. Abandon it. Abandon me. It is inevitable.
Side B has more ambient noises, and like the previous tapes, the community looked into the spectrograph of that side and found patterns in the static. These patterns resembled notes, given their different frequencies. Transposing these down, just like a cipher, we get these frequencies, which when converted into MIDI numbers, we get these. Discord user Luke then applied a mod 26 to each number, then used those numbers to identify each letter based on its position in the alphabet. For example, the number 36 counts way past the 26 letters we have in the English alphabet. So, if we count all the way to 26, or Z, and keep counting, we go back to A and continue the count from there, 27, 28, 29, until we reach 36, which is the letter J. Doing this with the other numbers gives the word journey. Then, Discord user JamCow used ROT13 as done on previous tapes, which is a simple letter substitution cipher that replaces a letter with a letter 13 letters after it in the alphabet, and came up with WBHEARL. This is the answer for the 4th glyph. On Saturday, June 24th, 2017, a new broadcast aired.
If you believe the sky's the limit, you have it wrong. The government is the limit. We are Myriad. We specialize in open source microsatellite ventures, and we think the sky should belong to everyone. With over 37 safe launch stations around the world, we enable a constellation of possibilities, making the world a better place. It's time to launch a new era of regulations regarding microsatellites. Make your voice heard at myriad-70.com.
At relatively the same time, the Waking Titan website unlocked the 4th sigil and the 5th glyph. Clicking on the sigil brings up the familiar prompt with the globe icon, which links directly to the Myriad-70 website. Myriad-70.com is another corporate website advertising a cloud service using personalized satellites. You can even upload your DNA signature to your satellite, and when you die, it leaves orbit and can be preset with a dead man switch to fire at the nearest habitable planet, allowing your lineage to expand across the stars. It's a good thing they guarantee your material to last over 10,000 years. The site also states, alternatively, this sample has been used by some of our more practical customers to grow replacement organs in case of a medical emergency. That's nice. Going to the status page, we can see several categories listed. Among those are a report consisting of number-to-letter combinations and a localized magnetic generation field service, with 2 incidents listed, with apparently a file being downloaded for each. Under the report section is a warning saying Mercury process running. When clicked, we go to another page stating that the subroutine Mercury is ready, and that this is process 1 out of 3. Hitting continue brings up a multiple choice of dataset assemblies. Click on any of them and submit. We are then taken to the process number 1 page with current real-time results. Now, the most obvious thing about this website when looking at it is the contact tab. It's glitching out. When we go there, we see the contact email address also glitching out. Click that and you are brought to another page with a note from the Myriad help desk. Emailing the address prompts this response. Then using Nocturne in the address of another email, you get this. Finally, when you use JJ Wong in an email, you get this email. I've looked up and down the Sonic Bridge, but 3 of my favorite things are still missing. And then a blank address. To get this name, we have to find 3 things to complete the address. Julian mentions 3 of his favorite things missing from a Sonic Bridge, Sonic being related to or of the nature of sound or sound waves, and a bridge to connect the sounds together, or a scale. If we look into the previous emails received, we get a service code on the bottom of each one. Read 992, La 443, C 313, then on the contact page of the site, Fa 291. The first 2 letters of each code represent a solfege. The missing 3 are Do, Mi, and Sol. Upon emailing do-me-sol at myriad-70.com, we get another response. A string of decimals. And converting that to ASCII, we get Do 116, Mi 707, Sol 811. If we line up the solfege in order of the scale and use the number to pinpoint a letter, we get Bolzano, which is the answer for the 5th glyph. At this point, the first file being downloaded reaches 100% and offers a new message in its section. Using client/017-A24 in the address, it sends us to another page asking for a password. Also on this page to the right is a column of letters. The header in Roman numerals reads 27. Converting the letters with ROT13 gives actual words in French. Translating to English, we get this, which is an excerpt from chapter 27 of the book The Little Prince, or Le Petit Prince. Going back to the user 017-A24, we see more information in the message. Hevelius was an astronomer, Frederick DeWitt was a cartographer, and Su Sung, among his many talents, was both an astronomer and a cartographer. So the password being star chart. Putting the password in, you get directed to a document, a PDF, of a letter with blotted out details. There is a half-existing code on top, and at the footer, as usual, a YouTube link. This one going to Computer Love by Craftwork. After some time, the second download completes with this message. The user ID was identified as a base64 code, which converts to this address. Going to the address shows a search field for spacecrafts part of NASA's archive. Using the number connected to the client's address in the search, we get STS-120, which was a space shuttle mission to the International Space Station flown by the Space Shuttle Discovery.
And liftoff of Discovery.
Discovery is the password for user 021-F16. We get another document with another partial code at the top. The letter, from an unknown source, is upgrading a US contractor as an incentive to fix their work in a corrupt image that the writer attaches to the document. They also mention multiple models to test out in order to be ready for an on-time shipment. The shortened bit.ly link goes to the source photo, and as usual, a link to another YouTube video is in the footer, which is the same song from the last document, Computer Love. With the two partial codes on the PDFs, we get 313-98176. This is the answer to the fourth sigil.
Hello. Is anybody even going to see this? We're hoping to find people capable of just about anything. We can't now do this that we alone. Found you, and the stakes are very high. We can only hope that you're willing to help us.
Sometime later, the poll concluded its count and gave the results, with the most votes going to 80. This was as far as the clue would go in knowing what it meant. Then, users began receiving emails. Your dataset result, number 41 out of 80. Then a key. Users determined that this key was an activation key on Steam for, yep, No Man's Sky. So congratulations to those who received a key. I hope you find the game just as captivating as I do. I'm Kyle Culver, also known as Diabetic Gamer. Thank you for watching, and as a reminder, all the links are in the description, and I bid you good luck, traveler. Why don't I get a game key? I'm really good at random emails. Right, Cider?